But the plan as of right now, we're going to listen in real time after each song ends. I will go through and put the songs somewhere in the ranking board. We'll move them around as I see fit. Like, for example, if I got Mona Lisa up here, we're going to pop it in somewhere. I haven't heard this album in full in quite some time, so I'm interested to see how it's going to hit me, how you guys are going to react to. I always liked the way that this song was crafted, like, you know, from a storytelling angle. This was their first album without, like, you know, Ryan Ross, without the other members. It was just Brendan Urie and Spencer Smith, as evidenced by my shirt that I'm wearing tonight. Wow, Mona Lisa. Yeah, I can't help but sing along, right? Does anybody else remember how stoked they were the first time they heard this song, if you were a fan back then? All right, now it's time to start the ranking as we go through and do this for every track. So, Mona Lisa, on the tier, I think I'm going to argue in its favor. I think it's an amazing single. I think that after coming out of like all of the drama and the band people walking away, like Ryan Ross and John Walker, like people were probably thinking it was going to be F tier, like in the trash somewhere. But they came back, and Brendan, I think, proved that he could write an interesting story. The Ballad, it's in the name, The Ballad of Mona Lisa. It's telling a story. It's meant to. And these themes, along with the kind of aesthetic that they were gunning for during this era, it always really intrigued me, even though I don't think the album as its original 10-song form. I mean, we'll see. I haven't heard it, like I said, in a while. This is going to be my first listen in quite some time to the full album, but I don't really think the original 10-song album is all that amazing. The bonus tracks changed that, but honestly, I'm going S tier for Mona Lisa. Track number 2 is Let's Kill Tonight. It still feels a little bit cabaret-ish, kind of like a la Fever, but in a different way. Kind of like Night Out on the Town, which makes sense for this song. It fits the vibe. Let's kill tonight. Kill tonight. Show them all you're not the ordinary side. Man, I got this shirt in 2009. It's not exactly flattering on me now. I do like this little interlude here, kind of an overture, if you will. Some strings on it. I like that it got a little weird with like the intro to the song and this part. There's good parts, but I think the chorus can get a little repetitive. Let's Kill Tonight. Like I said, I enjoy the overture. I enjoy the intro to the song. The verses are better than the chorus, in my opinion, and I do love the claps leading up to it. It's nice. It's got a good atmosphere, but the repetitiveness and the fact that it just doesn't feel that special or ordinary all the time, I'm going to have to put it in the B tier. Let's go B. B tier on Let's Kill Tonight. I think Spencer did a really good job on this track. Okay, yeah. This one's got the drive that I remember loving. Four to the floor dance feeling on this one. I love this. This song feels very 2010. That's when it was written, so. Oh, kiss me. Man, I do love this song. It's nice to see a lot of people do love this album, even more than me, you know? People are passionate about it. It's still talked about, you know, a decade later. It's a very pivotal transitional album in their discography. Where are we going to put this? All right, Hurricane. Like I said, a good 1-2 punch right alongside Let's Kill Tonight, but I don't rank it alongside Let's Kill Tonight. I think this song has its own merits. I love how groovy and danceable it is. The bass line is fantastic, especially during the chorus. It really pops and grooves. The drums, Spencer is locked in, and Brentzer's really fun. Brentzer, is that their ship name? Brendan, I did a really good job with the vocals on this track. I love the little shouts, the hey, hey, we are a hurricane. You know, for me, I gotta go A tier. I think it's one of the better cuts, especially on the standard 10-song album. Now, I'll admit, this was always one of the ones that I didn't like a ton. This midsection from Memories, Trade Mistakes, and Ready to Go, I never cared for all that much. don't like this song, but the transition is fire. Yeah, it was a great little move. That's why I'm trying to pause him a few seconds early, because this album does, say what you will, it's got a good flow. Yeah, not really into the uh-oh-ohs. Those cheap little clap-clap effects, not huge on it. I do like this. Look at the date, March 21st. That's close, right? 2011. That's what I looked like. I definitely don't love it. I don't love it, and I don't hate it. I'm somewhere a little bit more in between. For me, Memories, I think, has a really strong hook. I do like the little solo on it, too. I'm gonna go C tier. Trade Mistakes was probably always my least favorite, along with Ready to Go. I like that verse, but the transition to the chorus was a little rough. I feel like they were trying to put a lot into this song, a lot of different ideas, and I can respect that. I still don't love it. Okay. I like the passion in that a lot. I could really feel a lot of passion behind that little section right there. Meanwhile, I feel like this runs on a bit long. It feels a little overly dramatic without saying much. I kind of forgot how many strings were on this album. I think that it's kind of a slog in places, but other times, like the ending of the song and even that lead up to the bridge section, I thought was nice and it felt inspired. It still feels inspired. I think that there's a little something off for me about the way that the song moves. I don't entirely know what it is. I definitely don't hate this song, but in the sake of fairness and sticking to a consistent ranking for this, I'm gonna have to go with a D for Trade Mistakes. I think it's borderline C. I got a story for y'all about this one. I used to work in a movie theater, and I had to clean the theaters, like sweep them out and stuff, clean up after everybody who threw popcorn everywhere after the shows. This played in the Smurfs movie that came out in, I guess 2011, 2012, and every time I had to go in there, I heard this fucking song over and over again. God, this is gonna be echoing in my head tonight when I try to fall asleep, and that's my sleep paralysis demon, I suppose, for today. It's just so basic, flavorless. Oh, this is kind of cool. When was the last time you think somebody flipped through this? I'm just distracting myself from this song, don't mind me. Yeah, the millennial whooping on that song gets a little bit much, eh? Do you guys agree? Gets to be a little bit much. Ready to Go. Like I said, I used to work at a movie theater. I didn't really like the song that much before that, but then I guess this song came out March of 2011, and by that summer of 2011, when I was working at theater, I was always having to clean out that theater that played Smurfs, and I always had to go in right as the lights were coming up and the credits were starting, and this song was playing every fucking time, and I think it permanently drilled a nail into my ear that I can't let go of. F, baby. F. Sorry. The line is complete. How is this? How have we done this? I've done one song at every single tier. What an inconsistent album, right? It's consistently inconsistent. Onwards we go to Always. This is a nice little love song. Haven't heard it in a while. It was always you in a web, but I'm thinking. I kind of do like the little subtle horns and the claps in the background. It's nice. I feel like this could be in a kid's movie too, but I mean that in a good way. Like Darling I Do from Shrek Forever After. Always, I'm going to have to go B tier, man. B tier for Always. I think it's a really sweet song. It's very sincere. I like the instrumental a lot. I like that they slowly kind of add in things from the strings, the horns, the little hand claps that kind of subtly complement Brendan's vocals. Not a bad song at all. I really like that. All right, let's rewind just a second to the end of Always in here so we can catch that transition into the calendar, which is nice. I think it's another one of the nicer transitions. Kind of rustic, I don't know, kind of old, very, very old. Not like old school as in like the 80s, like, I don't know, older centuries vibe. Put another X on the calendar. Love the chorus, man. It's a pretty eclectic sounding song. The chorus is what sells me, big time. The bridge is great too. I love the guitar tone here. See, this is another thing on this album that I tend to forget about that I don't really like that much. I think that a lot of these little exit ludes don't really do anything. Calendar was actually always one of my favorite songs on this. I think it tends to get overlooked a bit, and I do have a personal liking to it. I don't think the verses are super amazing or anything, but I know some people were a little bit more mid on it. I don't know if this is super high. I think I saw a lot of you maybe agreeing. I'm gonna go B on the calendar.
Waiting for the sky to fall.
A little bit of a Western cowboy Brendan feel, with some almost classical sounding guitars. It's nice. The Panic version of Hang 'Em High, I can hear it. It's almost got a bit of a mariachi band feeling to it, which is cool. It's like a, I don't know, western / south of the border type of feel. Oh yeah. Love the way he's riding out these drums, man. Definitely a bit of mystery going on in this song, which I like when it comes to his relationship or his love or whatever. I think this was written very early on in their time. Maybe it was written years before it even came out. I don't know. I don't know the full story behind it. But it does kind of have that Western-leaning vibe I was talking about. I appreciate that. It's kind of like peeking around the corner is a dark rumbling bass at some points and some more brass popping in. It's a very interesting song that, again, I feel is very underrated. I really don't see many discussions about this one. And I see a lot of people talk even about Nearly Witches, which I get why. We're about to hear it, and you'll see why for yourself. But Sarah Smiles is an A, man. It's an A. We're going A tier for Sarah. Without further ado, here's Nearly Witches, Ever Since We Met. Yes, partially co-written by Ryan Ross because he started writing it before he left the band, and Brendan eventually finished the idea, completely transformed it. Let's turn this shit up a little. More like Nearly Perfect. Love those stabby guitar riffs. Oh, my right ear is loving these pianos. Oh, the layering on the vocals is just perfect. Ever since we met, I only showed up with your perfume. My family thought I was listening to some 1800s stuff when I got into Panic. That's hilarious. Ever since we met. The kids choir too is fucking nuts, man. Nearly Witches, Ever Since We Met, an incredible song. I think the best display of musicianship probably on the entire album. Ryan Ross left an impact behind with that one, and Brendan did it justice in the way that he finished it. And an obvious S tier. Can't do anything else. It's S all the way.
And I'm not pulling, no, I'm not pulling for you, you're just pulling at me. I'm not a betting man, but
these bonus tracks are so good. Where are my bonus track fans at?
I'm not trying to hurt you, I just want to speak. Everything I do.
The chorus is fantastic on this. Bittersweet is a really, really nice song. I like it a whole lot. It's extremely infectious. It's super upbeat, and there's just a positivity and energy seething out of it. I love that, but it's also just Brendan basically saying, I can't stop putting my foot in my own mouth and screwing myself over in all these situations. It's fun. He's playful about it. It's kind of a joyous sounding track. It's not my favorite bonus track, but it's an easy A for me. Here we go. Look like the cat that just ate the canary, coughing up feathers.
When your chips are down and your drinks are all gone.
I love that the song has like its own very unique vibe to it. It fits the era, but it's also very different.
I've got an insatiable desire for your inside. I'm just a white blood cell
Fighting like
hell for you.
I love Kaleidoscope Eyes. I think it's fantastic. I love the imagery on this song. It's not quite my favorite bonus track, but it's another A tier for me. Kaleidoscope Eyes, again, like I said, I probably would trade that out with like Memories or something on the actual track list. If we could redact and retract and rearrange. Lots of but yeah. Retract, redact, rearrange. That's what this album needed.
I can only hope it's true enough that every little thing I do for love redeems me from the moments I deem worthy. Build myself a wall of unhappy hearts.
Love the guitars on this song.
Knows my head is lying. Oh, glory. I think I see you round the bend. Past the silken sheets. Take a breath to notice.
A little bit more glitchy. I think this kind of hinted it too weird, you know? And I love that. There's a lot of good songs that do go unnoticed on Too Weird. I will say I'm not crazy about this part. Yeah, the chorus is easily the strongest element. I do like the initial verses. I think the operatic vocals are a little weird. They kick in and they can take you out of the experience a bit. There's a few minor complaints that I have with it. I don't think it's quite perfect, but another A tier for me. But we're coming up on some of my absolute favorites.
The crowds rejoice in all of my dreams. Wake up to despise. Stormy, stormy, I'm all in. Stormy, call me up or break me in.
She's got 4 on the floor, just waiting to kickstart me. So just stall me. Oh, so satisfying. So Stall Me is, I guess I'll just go ahead and say it. I think that this is my favorite bonus track. Stall Me is S tier. It's not even a question for me of is it A, is it S. This one is a notch above. This track absolutely, as a lot of you guys said, should have been on the album. It is fantastic in pretty much every way. I love the energy, the enthusiasm. They were just having fun with this. It fits the vibe of the Vices era incredibly well. The guitars, the bass groove on this track, the little extra bells and whistles they tacked on. It doesn't feel too flashy. It just fits the mood and comes out sounding effortlessly great. So, easy S tier.
Is there a heart inside the night? I can feel its vital signs. I wanna be free. I wanna be loved. I wanna be more than you're thinking of.
This screams summer 2011 to me in the best way. I miss it so much, man. That was so fun. Driving around listening to this song in the summer. I wish it was a little longer. I feel like there's some ideas they could have kept going for a little bit more, but it's still fantastic.
Everything seems to be a strange thing.
Kind of some 70s elements in there that I really, really love. Feels a little bit more classically tinged in that way. Maybe almost a little bit of classic rock influence that I really, really dig. It's close for me. It's between these two, and I can't decide. Oh, I do love that, and I always preach about the bonus tracks. I think that's got to go S tier for me. That's just, I think I probably listen to the bonus tracks more than a lot of people do. One last one. Shall we? Shall we turn off the lights?
I got so sick of being on my own. Now the devil won't leave me alone. I set my expectations high.
I love those bombastic drums. It's so dramatic, but it's so good.
Turn off the lights, turn off the lights.
Fine, Brendan. Fine. They're off.
Turn on the show.
Turn it on? What do you want? What'll it be?
With your team, did I survive? I need
I forgot how good this one was. My God.
a heavy heart on the boulevard tonight. Oh, shooting stars, watch me fall apart tonight. Turn off the lights, turn off the lights. Turn on the show.
That was even better than I remembered it being. I love when that shit happens. Turn off the lights. The final song to rank is going S tier. Let's go. S tier. Man, we filled up some spots here on the top two. That's great. I wasn't sure how I would feel. It was, like I said, the first time I heard this record in a while, at least in full. But there we go. S tier for Ballad of Mona Lisa, Nearly Witches, Stall Me, I Want to Be Free and Turn Off the Lights. A tier for Hurricane, Sarah Smiles, Bittersweet, Kaleidoscope Eyes, and Oh Glory. B tier for Let's Kill Tonight, Always, and The Calendar. And then C, Memories. D, Trade Mistakes. And F, Ready to Go. Did you enjoy this? Should I do this live again for more anniversaries and stuff? I think some albums I'll obviously probably still make like an actual like ranked video for, but I think the live setting kind of works pretty well for this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just pulling at hairs here, but I thought this kind of suited this kind of format pretty well. I made this tier in like no time. I might make it look a little better next time, but I threw this together in like 10 minutes and just said, fuck it, we'll do it live. I hope you guys have a great night. Peace.